Sentenced late this afternoon on 7 counts of theft and 1 count of misconduct. In a First Alert update, Samantha Cavalli has more on Kevin Raye's sentencing and why this goes beyond dollars and cents.
I am extremely ashamed and embarrassed by my actions in this matter. I truly wish I could turn back the clock for what I have done.
Kevin Raye has been ordered to serve 10 years behind bars and 12 years extend to provision for charges of theft, movable property, and misconduct. Buying technology equipment with county funds and selling it for profit to a private company. August Neverman, Raye's former manager, said Raye's actions destroyed the confidence and morale of the entire IT department, which led to an over 50% turnover rate. He and his department have spent over a year cleaning up the mess Raye made.
Kevin engaged in lying and theft over a decade, taking advantage of leadership changes to conceal his misconduct. His actions resulted in extensive scrutiny and review, causing significant cost, doubt, and mistrust.
Brown County Finance Director Bradley Klingsporn pulled together the assets Raye stole and identified $1.2 million in stolen assets dating back for years, and cost more than $500,000 to rebuild and improve the IT department.
It's bad enough that he stole from the taxpayers, but given that we were at our levy limit, the funds used to buy the equipment Mr. Raye stole could have been used to address the opioid crisis, provide resources to the sheriff, or in providing critical social services.
The defense stated Raye took responsibility for his actions and cooperated with law enforcement. Raye apologized in court, saying everything he had is gone and only has himself to blame for destroying the public's trust.
I lay awake at night filled not with the fear of what is to come for me or the shame and embarrassment that I have brought upon myself, but with tremendous remorse for my actions and regret for the damage I have caused to others, especially my 3 children. I will live with those feelings every day of my life. I understand that I cannot undo the damage from my offenses, but I want to assure you that this will never happen again.
Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News, Green Bay.